Yo.
I love
All
that
right.
the green screen is keying out your mic because now other people can put stuff in your hand.
I
Oh,
know.
bro.
No,
That's
I don't like that. I'm keeping the mic
that's
right
great.
here. That's so funny. See, if I bring the mic up, then you can Photoshop whatever you want in there.
Oh yeah.
Nope,
Yeah,
I'm
I'll keep it
keeping
right
down
there.
here. Sorry, guys.
What's up, guys? This is the TMG podcast. This is today's free episode. If you want this episode ad-free and an extra bonus episode, you can find that right now on our website, tmgstudios.tv. Sign up for a membership now at tmgstudios.tv. And if not, then enjoy this one. Holy fuck, Jamie! Can we get a clip of that deer getting hit by that car?
The mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved.
If you've never smoked weed at literal Woodstock, you're not a stoner. Goodbye.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
I'm gay as fuck. I'm gonna get my arse eaten.
The so-called flying saucers.
Look at all these fucking chickens. Malone Brown, you hear this hole? No. Malone Brown dick in your mouth? No!
Please look at all the signs. Fasten your seatbelt and get ready for debate.
All right, everybody. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fucking most racist Zoom call on this side of the internet.
Hello.
We're here, man. We're here. I'm in.
Oh, now I'm sucking on this.
Nice, man.
Jesus Christ.
The Fruitista Jug.
First, yeah, this is all Fruitista Freeze in here.
The FF Jug.
I went to Taco Bell. I got 4 of them, and they all fit in here. So this is a day's worth of Fruitista Freeze.
Yeah, man. That's
And I
sick.
just dip it throughout the day.
Hey, man, you finished the marathon, dude. You can eat whatever you want now.
No, trust me, I have been. I think I've gained like 10 pounds in the last week.
It's time to go thick. What was the first nasty thing you ate when it was over? When you're like, oh man, I'm going straight to this.
The first nasty thing?
Yeah, nasty, like the thing that you're
the
like,
first like bad boy like treat.
yeah, you're like, ooh, I'm
Yeah,
a
real, like
I'm
the
a
first thing
little,
that I just like.
yeah. When you ate it, you're like, ooh, I'm a freak for this.
I'm a freak, bitch. I'm a little slut.
Yeah, what I was trying to avoid that for the first minute.
Oh, we're way past it.
Okay, yeah. What was the thing that you ate? You're like, ooh, I'm a fucking whore. I'm a nasty. I'm a bad girl, and you're just stuffing it in there. You're like, oh, I'm a little bad girl.
Not even chewing.
I'm a
Straight down.
yeah. You're like, I'm cheap for this. All it took was $10, and I'm just oh.
Treat me like shit.
Yeah. What was the first thing?
Make me feel like shit, you
Yeah.
hamburger.
Yeah. You ate it, and you're like, God, step on my nuts.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, take your time, man.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, when you have an experience like that, you got to bury it deep. You don't want to remember, you know.
No, I know exactly. It's kind of like traumatic a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like,
let's walk through it, man. Okay.
let's unpack it. Okay, let's walk
Yeah.
through it.
So first, okay, you finished the run.
The problem was the day after, the right after the race. It's like I didn't want to eat anything.
Yeah.
I felt like ass. Actually, no,
Yeah.
I drank. This is actually a funny story.
Congratulations, by the way, again. You fucking, David Goggins. Suck it.
Yeah, some dude. I was surfing yesterday, and some dude in the water. After surfing beside me for like 45 minutes, he was like, "Yo, Cody, by the way, I appreciate you going Goggins mode, brother." Like, damn. Yeah, that's why I did it. That's why I did it, man.
Yeah, to go Goggins
I
mode.
had to go Goggins mode for a second.
You should have hit him right there, dude. You fuck with Goggins? Goggins, some big ass dick on the fucking wave, bitch.
He's like, "Cool, man. I was trying to give you a compliment."
You're like, yeah, bad timing.
Yeah.
Get owned.
Yeah, I'm sure you go Goggins mode all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right after the race,
Finish the
so
run.
actually, I did try to choke down a nasty little treat right after.
Okay.
The problem is like when I do these things, I have this weird like fight or flight sort of like anxiety that happens at the end. I think most people finish a race and they're like, their body goes into like recovery relaxation mode where it's like it's over.
Right.
I just stay in horrible, like I'm in pain, this is hell mode, even after I'm done. So I was sitting there, I wasn't running anymore for 2 hours afterwards. This muscle cramped right here. I yawned and my whole face cramped. I couldn't move my jaw. I was just in hell. And I just felt sick and like I can't even explain it. It's just pure, just the worst feeling ever, even after I'm done for 2 hours sitting there. So then my dad finishes and we go to the bar. There's like a bar you can see the finish line from. So we were just going to chill there until my mom finished. And then, so he's like, do you want a beer? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. Like, that was my first little nasty little treat, right? Like, I could choke down a little nasty little beer right now.
Right.
Yeah, slide me a sudsy one. Yeah. I felt like a little whore for some beer.
Yeah, you're like, give me that foam. Give it to me.
Yes, exactly. So I see him at the bar, he's ordering the beers, and then he turns around and he's holding 2 Guinness.
Oh no.
I was like, really? He walks over. I'm like, really? He's like, what?
Damn,
like,
your dad. Hold on. First of all, let's give your dad let's give this man ultimate props. He does not do anything on 5.
No, he doesn't.
That dude just did an Ironman and he's like, okay, dude, you want beer? No, we're not drinking piss. You said beer.
Now we're
drinking
thickest, hardest to drink beer on planet Earth.
Don't bitch up now. Son.
Yeah.
You said beer.
Yeah. And it's just bitter, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Like it's all it is bitter. Normally I like it. So he was like,
of course.
I thought you liked dark beer. And I was like, yeah, but I just
worked
out for 13 hours straight. All I've been picturing is like a light, crispy fucking Bud Light lime.
Damn, dude. Your dad just low-key calling you a bitch.
No, he did. He did. He's like,
that's crazy.
Yeah. He's like, oh, all right, you just go. You want Goggins mode, right?
I'm sorry, man. I thought I was sitting with someone in Goggins mode.
Really?
Oh, sorry. Can we get some light beer? Can we get some just a big jug of PP for the little hoe right here? For this fucking pledge right here. Can we get some piss in a jug for this pledge?
Honestly, I probably would have preferred piss.
Yeah. All right, so you get the Guinness.
Sets it down in front of me, and I'm like, I guess I could try. And I drank like 4 sips, and it's just not really sitting right. And so I'm sitting there, and I left my phone in one of the transition bags, so I don't have my phone. It's nothing we're just sitting there, right? We're just killing time before my mom finishes. I feel like shit. It's late at night. So I'm sitting there and I kind of like lean up against the wall and I fall asleep. My dad's on his phone. I think Kelsey's on her phone, and I'm just like kind of leaned up against the pillar like this, like just sleeping. All of a sudden I feel like a massive poke right here, and I'm like, ah! And I wake up and it's the security guard, and he's like, bro, you can't fall Australian. You can't fall asleep in a venue, mate. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fucking sorry. I mean, this venue, this bar was literally 10 feet from the finish line, where there's a DJ, lights, a massive crowd, people are cheering.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't be a little bit lenient today at 11 p.m. of all fucking day. All the rest of the people in here just finished the race.
Sorry, 2 things. One, I think you were being a little bit lenient. Sorry. And
was
but 2, the fucking irony that damn it, that's another one. The irony that after an Ironman, this guy has the fucking nerve to call you out for being tired.
I know, normally I would be like, yeah, fucking yeah, what am I doing? I wasn't normally they say that shit because people are drunk and they fall asleep, right? I'm wearing the medal. I have the medal around my neck. It's very clear that I'm not just fucked up, passed out. I'm like, I just finished the fucking race. So I'm like a little bit pissed at this guy because I'm like, yeah, sorry. But then I'm like, why am I sorry? No one can see me right now. The bar, by the way, there was like nobody there.
Yeah.
There's like 5 parties there, and all of them were related to the race somehow. So I'm sure they weren't like, oh, we're leaving. That guy's sleeping. We're leaving this place. I wouldn't
dude.
of your bar, but that guy's sleeping. So now we're not going to spend any money here.
Yeah, we're gonna bounce and go to one of the other 10 bars on this strip right outside the fucking
and all
Ironman finish line.
Macari. There's like 3 bars.
What a dick.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So then I'm
continue.
like, okay. He's like, you can't. I can't really do an Australian thing right now, but
You can't. You can't.
Yeah,
Can't is like.
I think he called me a.
Yeah.
You can't sleep here. All right.
Yeah. No, yeah.
So then I'm like, okay. I'm like a little bit pissed, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'll try and sip another sip of this beer, and then I'm like fighting the sleep, and the beer's not sitting right, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, and I run to the bathroom.
Oh, it's dude, chill. You
it's-
ran after running?
I ran to the, I sort of like limp jogged over to the bathroom because I had to get there.
Oh man.
It was not sitting right. You know, you get that
Got
feeling you start salivating like crazy. I'm like,
yeah,
it's
dude.
coming.
Why does your
It-
body do that?
I don't
Why
know.
does your body do that?
I don't know. It's so funny. Your mouth just gets so wet, and you're like,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
coming in 5 seconds, no matter where.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank the sponsor of today's episode. Excuse me. Oh my God, SeatGeek.
With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed every single day on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. With artists like Taylor Swift, SZA, the Arctic Monkeys, and Ed Sheeran on tour, you're not going to want to miss out.
That's enough to make you say, doggone it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I used SeatGeek to get tickets to Taylor Swift's upcoming concert. The purchasing experience was so easy. I'm so excited to see the show from my amazing seats and hopefully get a glimpse of Maddie Healy.
Why don't we cut to a shot of Cody scrolling the app on his phone?
That's it right there. I mean, you can't really see because of the green screen, but look at that. We got Twins at Angels. We got Taylor Swift with Haim. We got Suicide Boys. Post Malone coming up.
Oh, shout out Freddie
Yes,
Dredd. He's on the Great Tour.
Is he?
Yeah, he's touring with the Suicide Boys in the second half of that tour.
There you go. You can go see him.
Well, look, SeatGeek, they always want to make sure you're getting a good deal. So when you're on the app, look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad, and every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And SeatGeek is the only site that lets you return tickets ahead of the event with swaps.
And you know we came through for you guys. Use code TMG for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. So I like limp sprint over to the bathroom, and there's one stall. Like the bathroom is probably like it's probably like a fucking, I don't know, 15 square foot like rectangle, right? One wall. You walk in, there's a stall, one stall with the door closed and it's locked. Somebody's in there. And then there's on the left, there's a trough urinal. And then there's 2 sinks and a tiny little trash can in between the sinks.
No. Is this like a proper like a structure? Or are we talking about like a trailer bathroom?
No, it was a proper structure, but like the inside of this place was sort of like a dive bar. So you imagine like,
Got it.
you know,
Okay.
the bathroom
Okay.
has been used for years and years, and it's only cleaned
Yeah.
once every week.
I just want to make sure we have all the details and possible sense so that if anyone is exercising or enjoying themselves right now, I want them to be as repulsed as possible going into what I think is coming after this. So, all right.
And the dude in the stall had just finished the race, so he was taking care of some business in there.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
He was making some serious sense on his own.
Yeah.
It did kind of look like that, honestly, Luke. But if that's the urinal, like the trough went down to the ground, and then the sinks both kind of looked like that. And there was a little
right.
trash can, you know, like a 1-gallon trash can between the 2 sinks, right?
Little
Like
R2D2.
one of these little fuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm looking around. I'm like, I can't puke in the urinal. So I just take that little trash can and I just start booting, like just brown beer and then like bile and just like, I'm like making so much noise. And all of a sudden, like I hear the door open and these 2 British guys walk in and they're hammered. And the dude like looks at me with like crossed eyes, and he's like, "You all right, mate?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just finished." And I just keep going. And then the dude comes out of the stall, and it's these two guys' friend. And it's also the dude that I was biking with for like 2 hours. We were like kind of passing each other over and over again. So he looks at me, and he's like, You good? And I was like, yeah. He's like, first Ironman. I was like, yeah. Like, yeah, I've been there.
You're like, yeah. Just
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Keep in mind, like, we're all touching shoulders. This room is so small.
Yeah.
So then the dudes start peeing. They turn to the left, and both of them start peeing in the trough urinal. And I'm still throwing up right behind them as they're peeing.
Oh.
And the dude is washing his hands, and I'm throwing up in the. It was so funny. And then, so then I went back to the table, and I felt like a little bit of pride that I just puked in. The fucking guy that told me to wake up. I'm like, yeah, I just fucking puked in your, your whole bathroom probably smells like puke now.
Yeah. And then you're like, let me get a fucking Guinness, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me get another guinea. Dang, man. All right. Okay. So, but that doesn't really answer the question, right? Because that was objectively a nasty thing that happened. But what was the first thing you think you enjoyed after all
Yeah,
that?
no, I know. I'm just going through the mems.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. We're unpacking. We're unpacking.
Yeah, we're unpacking.
Sure.
So that was like one of the first things I had. But then the next day was kind of like a chaotic day because we had to pack up the bike. We had to go get the bikes, pack them up, go to the airport, fly back to Sydney. It was like a lot of travel. So I didn't really have a lot of time to really like nail down something nasty.
Did you even get to, because when you have like a good travel day, like I feel like part of a good travel day is like a nice little on the go coffee, like a nice latte or something. I feel like that's when it's a good travel day. We could pick up this nice little latte either from the airport or maybe somewhere on your way. Did you even get to have that?
Have you been doing that?
Yeah.
I feel like you don't really drink coffee that much.
Oh, brother. I am converted.
I'm going to suck this off camera so that
Yeah, hit it. I'm an Arabica bean boy.
Really?
Oh yeah, man. I've been sipping.
And why is that? Because the coffee's really good in Europe?
Yeah, I mean it's just fuck, dude. Europe, you just, makes you, I don't know, just makes you want to drink coffee, smoke cigarettes, kiss a dude on the lips.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
It's just all a vibe out here. Grab a little coffee to go. You're like, why eat? I could look like a rock star. Smoke cigarettes. See some other skinny guy walking down the street. You're like, you're my
white pants, no boxers.
Yeah, you're like, mate.
It kind of just swing around.
Yeah, mate. How are you?
How are you?
On your way to the tube? Are you? Me too.
So you've been smoking some cigs too, eh?
No, not yet. Almost there. But anyway, all right. So
I didn't get to have
I
maybe had a travel coffee, but coffee, for me, I drink like 4 a day. So it's like, didn't really feel that special.
Got it.
And then when we got to Sydney, we got there pretty late and we were staying at the Four Seasons. So we went to the restaurant in the Four Seasons. I had duck breasts, but it wasn't, still like that's more of like a, what?
I'm sorry.
As of the bougiest like sentence.
Yeah, I just, everybody hearing this, just their eyeballs fell out of their head, rolling at you right there. Just, they were with us. The Iron Man part's already unrelatable. They're like, my body could not handle that. And then they were with us in the puking. They're like, all right, these are still our guys.
Yeah.
And then you're like, then I touched down to the 4S, and they're like, well, we lost them again.
Yeah, after our jet landed.
After your fucking PJ landed. Yeah, the duck breast, it tasted like it was from like, I don't know.
It was fine, but not really a nasty treat because it was more low class duck breast,
All right, man.
Yeah, so I had that, but it felt too bougie to really be like a nasty treat, It was like,
yeah,
it's duck
Yeah.
breast. It's like just a good ass meal. Yeah, similar to that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, you know what, man? I'm gonna back you up a little bit and say maybe duck titties isn't like this highbrow meal that we think it is. There's probably some boys that live in the South that go, or like maybe up Pacific Northwest that just go, just go bird hunting. They're like, fucking duck. We shoot quail, duck, all that
No,
shit. We're eating.
No, that's true. That is actually a good point. But I say that because I find it is usually at like high class restaurants that usually have some sort of duck entree. But it's also
Yeah.
like Peking duck. You ever see the process that it takes to cook that?
No.
Oh my God, it's crazy. It's like a 4-day to week-long process or something where you have to like hang the duck for a while, like in order to get the skin super crispy. It's like a really involved process. So in order to
Got
cook
it.
duck well, I think you have to be like you have to know what the fuck you're doing.
Okay, so you got to be a pro. All right. So take it back. So
But actually, wait, let me take it back for a second because before we hit the airport in Port Macquarie, still don't really know how to pronounce it. We did venture out to have a nasty meal to this place that we had passed multiple times on the course. We saw it multiple times running in just complete hell, and I would run past this place and I would smell it, and it just looked amazing. It was called Burger Urge.
okay.
When you're urging for a burger,
Yeah.
you go to Burger Urge.
When you're urging for a burger, mate.
Burger Edge. Yeah, mate. At the Burger Edge. It's funny because it kind of works in Australian, like Burger Edge. Like it
Yeah.
has a nice ring to it, but in American Burger Urge, it's just like hard to say. Sounds stupid.
Those are the fucking sounds you were making over the trash can, dude.
Yeah. Burger Urge. Yeah, this is it right here. The New Yorker dirty fries.
Ooh. All right. So did you stop in?
We did, yeah. And it just was okay.
All right. So it's not itching. All right. So travel.
I don't mean to
Sydney.
badmouth Burger Urge. Maybe I ordered wrong, but they had I had like a Cali smash burger. It's so funny. Like a lot of places in Australia, I guess we do the same shit here.
Yeah.
Like where it'll be like an Australian place and it's like the Bondi special. And we're like,
yeah, dude.
Everything there is fucking Cali. All the smoothie places in Australia are like Cali fresh and everything's like the Malibu, whatever. And it just seems so like exotic. So I got the Cali smash burger, which is supposed to be like an LA smash burger. Just
right.
Close. Which is so disappointing because I'm like, fuck, I wanted that.
So,
I just felt like a little slut for a smash burger.
So it doesn't hit. You travel, you get some Peking duck, you're like,
it's not
this
that
feels
good.
too.
And then next day, that's when it truly hit. Fish and chips.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what the fuck I'm looking for.
Dude. And then I had it for the next 4 straight days.
That's right. That's what
I had it twice in one day. One time I had it for lunch and then dinner.
See, that is what we came for. That's what we came for. You cheap little, you were like, take me again, fish.
Yeah.
Fish, you can have me as many times as you want this week for just $10. You can have me, fish.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I was cheap.
Are you sure you didn't have something to say?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot. This is time for another sponsored ad break. We want to thank the sponsor of today's episode, which is Aura. It seems like there's a new data breach in the news every other day. In 2022 alone, there were over 1,800 data breaches that exposed personal information of over 422 million individuals. Victims of data breaches are easy targets for all sorts of cybercrimes. Even the most tech-advanced companies in social media, telecom, and crypto have been breached because of the vast sensitive data they possess.
Aura is an all-in-one online safety solution that helps protect you and your family from identity theft, financial fraud, and online threats before they happen. The app scans the dark web to look for your email addresses, passwords, social security numbers, and other sensitive information. And if anything is found, you'll receive an alert in real time. If you're a victim of identity theft, their experienced white glove fraud resolution team will help you navigate credit bureaus, help you initiate credit freezes or locks, and work with you around the clock to resolve it.
Aura offers a suite of tools to protect you and your loved ones, including real-time alerts on suspicious credit activity, computer virus protection, parental controls, a VPN, and a password manager, all of which you should be using. It's a comprehensive online safety solution that provides almost every tool you'll ever need all in one place. Are you interested in that? Aura also helps reduce annoying robocalls, telemarketers, and junk mail by sending takedown requests on your behalf regularly. Are you going to say dang nammit right now because you're so impressed with that stuff?
For a limited time, Aura is offering our listeners a 14-day trial plus a check of your data to see if your personal information has been leaked online, all for free. When you visit aura.com/TMG, that's aura.com/TMG to sign up for a 14-day free trial and start protecting you and your loved ones. That's aura.com/TMG. Certain terms apply, so be sure to check the site for details.
Dude, so we are staying around, as I mentioned, the Four Seasons in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah,
It's-
sorry. Hold on. Zach, Luke, could you pop out here and help him lift that name up? Sorry, it's just going to take all three of us to get that name up.
It's a heavy one because, you know, it's a really expensive hotel. So
Yeah, I'm
there's a-
not.
the beautiful view of the Sydney Opera House from our room.
Right, yeah.
And I'm just saying this just so you get like you paint a picture in your head, right? So if you're looking at the Sydney Opera House from our room, beautiful view of
Yeah.
it, very clear of any sort of buildings because the Four Seasons is right on the harbor. So
Yeah.
you know you're picturing.
And if
that
you
in your head,
and sorry, and if you're a Sydney local, you can picture this. If you can just look past all the people, you know, on fucking meth and ice and shitting around trash cans and stuff, if you can just look past that to the Sydney Opera House,
yeah,
you
exactly.
can picture this.
No, that's not it. That's the Ritz, I think, or something. There's a better one. There's definitely a better one. Or that's like the I forget which one it was, but we saw that one.
Either way,
You pulled
got
up the only
4S.
hotel. You pulled up the only hotel that was better than the one I stayed in.
I pulled up the best one I could find.
That was a dick move. I'm trying to sound all cool and wealthy. Jesus.
It can always be better, man. It can always
Anyways,
be better.
so if you're looking at the shit view from my room, fucking garbage view of the that's what it was. Exactly that. Fucking shit. Who would want to see the bridge too, you know? So there's this place just down to the left of the Opera House. It's like like awnings. So it's a very touristy place. It's called the Opera Bar. But if you go there, get the fish and chips. Or if you go to Bondi Beach, go to North Bondi Fish House and get the fish and chips. Or go to Coogee Pavilion and get the fish and chips.
My man was
They're amazing
just,
at all three places. Incredible. Melts in your mouth.
Man, oh man. See, that's what I want to hear, man.
I'm glad you asked
that's
the question because I mean I could talk about that for hours.
Oh, we know what you're eating after this episode.
It's all I've been eating. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
You're gonna get off this recording and be like, babe, I have to go to a meeting.
Yeah.
We down somewhere, just like, what do you got, man? Give it to me.
Well,
I got $10 in my pocket.
The good thing about fish and chips is it's good kind of everywhere, especially Europe.
Yeah.
Have you gotten it?
Yeah. Bro, so this is you and you know, but maybe not everyone knows. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to seafood, which is sad because I've seen many of fish and chips that look delicious, but I couldn't partake. So let me give you a little something. Let me give you a little something that's gonna hit you in your nostalgia, spinal tap, whatever. So, obviously I'm in the UK. Stayed in London for a few days, seeing some in-laws, seeing some family. It's good. And then we have to make our way to, where the fuck are we going? We're going to Birmingham. No,
Burning
we're
Man?
going to, yeah, Burning Man, Birmingham. No, we're going to Sheffield. On the way to Sheffield. And on the way, I get a little message from the casino god himself.
Siva?
Siva. He sends me a text. He goes, "Hey man, you should stop over at WarHammer World in Nottingham."
No way.
I'm like the fuck is WarHammer World? And he's like, "Ah man, it's this like mega store, this and that. They got exhibitions there." And I'm thinking, all right. So we map it out. And sure enough, Warhammer World is just but a slight detour. So we pop into Warhammer World. Shout out to this guy Kieran, really nice guy. Recognize when we walk in, and he's like, "Hey man, you want to check out the exhibitions?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So we go through 5 rooms of like massively, just cool Warhammer shit. You know, they got the first Space Marine up in a cabinet. You know, they got some of the original figurines from like the 80s. And, you know, I know people in the sort of like games workshop world got mixed feelings about Warhammer and the cost and whatever. But you put all that shit aside, man, some of the most elaborate, just dope exhibitions there. You're talking like scenes that are constructed that are like 3 layers deep from every direction. You look around the glass, you know, yeah, they got like fucking minimum like 300 pieces per thing. You know, they had one table at the end that was probably like 10 by 15 feet and a staircase wrapped around it. It's that one right there. It's that same room. But I believe the one I was looking at was different.
Was this
and the
official?
yeah,
Warhammer
yeah, yeah.
Place?
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Why
the
sh-
Games
why-
Workshop. It's not in Sheffield, it's in Nottingham.
Why there?
Maybe it originated there. Maybe that's like their HQ. Yo, click the one with the purple. I think that might be a recent picture.
Oh my god.
This isn't even, this is not even the finished. This I think is what I saw. I don't know. Maybe it's just a picture, but like what I saw had much more detail in terms of the paint and stuff. I took a bunch of videos. I can't even send them here, but you know, I had one like little sketchy moment where I pulled out my phone and I put it like landscape and I started like filming in cinematic mode and like panning like over the that purple image right there. I started panning over the characters and shit. And I had this intrusive thought afterward, like, damn, what if I just dropped the phone and I just hit like 15 figures? You know, I shook that feeling off so quickly. Yeah, can you imagine? I just pull up and just like a dumbass dude, just like imagine if we got invited to some like installation and we dropped one of the props. Imagine
we
if
can
that
talk
happened.
about that now, dude. We've
You
been
think?
Yes, dude. The money they're not getting that money back.
All right. So yeah, when Cody and I went to San Diego to promote the new Game of Thrones and we dropped one of the fucking dragon eggs.
Oh, we should play the video now. We have a fucking video.
Dude, we
It's
need to ask
so
if we could do that.
Funny.
I shouldn't say
Bose?
no, Mazad. We should just check in to see how she feels about it.
It's funny though because okay,
yeah,
we can get into that after maybe.
yeah, we can talk
After you're
about the
done with it.
bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bonus. Yeah, hey, you're gonna give Cody flashbacks. Hide that thing.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like you
Yeah, so
phone or you trip into the exhibit.
yeah. So you know, this thing is genius because then I come out of there. Yeah, yeah, bro. Dude, I was picturing just tripping and just knocking over 100 pieces with my elbow. Like, oops.
Dumbass American.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Oops.
guys.
I was filming it and then yeah. So
Can I write you guys a check for this? And we're all square. Sorry about that, guys. I know you like your
Yeah, dude.
figurines.
Yeah, sorry. You know what's the cost of production on these things? Like 3 cents per. Fuck out of here. So then you know it's genius because then you walk into the store afterwards and you see all that shit and you're like, I want to buy 100 fucking figurines, and you know they conveniently offer free shipping to wherever you live.
Did you buy some?
Yeah, I bought some things. You know, I think I might try to paint some shit. You know,
Yes!
just get in the mix.
That's
Started, yeah, dude. Started reading up on some lore. You know, this and that. Been diving deep on the Warhammer lore these past few days.
Sick. I actually want to see that.
Oh yeah, man. You know, got me a box set of some Dark Angels. You know, but let me not get carried away. So then, you know, we skedaddle on out of there, and then we in Nottingham, there's like one of the oldest pubs in England or something. And we popped in there and I proceeded to have a steak pie
Oh,
that
yeah.
was, you know, I think one of the best meals I've had in all of the UK. I proceeded to have the best onion rings I think I've had maybe in my entire life. And then Alina, right next to me, had this fish and chips that looked so good. I was just ready to go anaphylactic to get a bite out of that thing. It looked so good, you know, because I was already having the onion rings, and I'm like, these taste amazing. So I can only imagine what
I mean,
that shit is hitting
worth-
for.
It would have been worth it.
Yeah, I think so,
Throat
man.
swelling up, just like it's melting in your mouth.
Yeah, my
mouth. It's so good.
my dying thoughts are just like, this is
This
delicious.
Shit slaps. As you're
Um,
like slowly epipenning yourself.
yeah, dude. And that and the place there, the vibe was really cool. You know, super tiny. All the places to eat were in these tiny little rooms, and it kind of went up like two levels. Just, you know, cozy little vibe. Made you want to go anaphylactic. So, you know, right there with you with the fish and chips. I had that fucking steak pie, but the difference is, you know, I'm missing her. You know, I had the steak pie, I had her, and don't even show me that fucking microwave shit.
Oh
That doesn't even
God,
that doesn't even
that looks good to me though.
yeah, but that doesn't even hold a candle to her. You know,
Everything makes me think of her.
everything makes me think of her, man. After I had her, I was like, you know,
Did
I had to be careful,
Did you eat it vertically?
dude. Let me tell you, I got on my knees and I ate that
Lick up-
thing, dude, at the
Lick out
table.
filling vertically.
Yeah, dude. I got on my knees on that table and I ate it out vertically, and I was like, you know,
Everyone gets so weird when I eat pie vertically.
yeah, they get so like,
It's so weirded
chill
out.
out.
Yeah, I eat
Um,
burgers and everything vertically.
so, you know, unlike you know, I didn't get to have multiple, you know, I didn't get to have multiple. Yeah, you know, it wasn't like a love that was, you know, experienced over several
Like a
days. Where,
one-night stand.
yeah, and I just, you know, I've been thinking of her ever since.
Would you say you're
And
urging for the pie?
I'm urgent. Yeah, yeah, I'm pining for the pie. Pining for the pie.
That's good. That was really
And, you
good.
know, and conversely, you know, I think Alina, since she had him, you know, Mr.
Yeah.
Fish,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think we've both been falling asleep, you know, with others on our mind, you know.
True.
She's like, good night, and I roll over and I'm just thinking about,
You're looking at pictures of that steak. Of
yeah,
that
just
pie.
pie. It's like I miss
What are you
you.
looking at? Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. See that?
That's another.
That
that's-
looks like some good pussy right there. No.
Yeah, exactly. Hey guys, guess what? It's time to take a break to thank the sponsor of today's episode, the McDonald's app.
You want to know how to get it? You want to get you want to know how to get a free Big Mac at McDonald's or a free McChicken? Or
yes.
maybe some
yes.
maybe some fries on your way home from work, maybe?
No better way to you know, pass time while you're driving.
Yeah, well, you can make an order for all those things with the app. You can get points for ordering and then redeem those points for free food. It's that simple.
If I could have one thing from the reward menu at McDonald's for free forever, it would be any of the wonderful items you can order there. Quarter pounder with cheese, McNuggets, Big Mac. I mean, a McChicken, a Filet-O-Fish. Because you
Yeah.
know, I've been on that recently.
You know, our guy loves fish. Look, you can earn free food with the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's.
That's it.
You can
That's
earn
simple.
free food with the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's.
I couldn't be easier. Just get the app and you can earn free food.
Yeah, just get the app and you can earn free food with the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's.
This is another thing that's also good in Australia and New Zealand. Meat pies.
Yes.
I didn't have one though, unfortunately.
Damn.
I wish I did.
What else you get up to in Sydney though? Did you do much?
We didn't really. I mean, first couple days I was like so sore and
Yeah, you just can't do shit.
couldn't even really walk. So we did walk around like, you know, the Opera House and It's a sick walk. Like if you go down the sidewalk there, it's like you're right on the water and you're just beside like a beautiful park.
Yeah.
Did that. Just kind of went for. My cousin lives there now. He's a
Nice.
chef. He moved there to like study under a Michelin-starred chef, and now he works for some guy that. It's actually really cool. He's like one of the 4 people that's learning how to like take, these fucking gigantic 300-pound like tunas that are worth like 50 grand and like cut them up.
Oh,
Yeah, and like descale them and break them down. It's great.
damn.
So he moved there from Canada. He lives there now. So we met up with him, had some meals, and then we met up with Fitz. In Bondi, we stayed at in an Airbnb with her, and just kind of like same thing, hung out, just went shopping. It was good.
Little vibe. Little vibe.
Yeah.
Nice.
How's
Yeah.
tour?
London was cool. It's makes you appreciate the sun back home.
It's been shitty there.
I mean, it's just their typical weather. It's just kind of gray. It's not bad, but it's just it's different. But when the sun comes,
what were you gonna say?
no, I was gonna say when the sun comes out, you're like, oh, thank God. You're really, But anyway, you were gonna say.
I asked you this via text, but like you do have like American history stuff in your set. And do people get it there? They know.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think like there's definitely a tongue-in-cheek way that I like kind of bring it up. I think the toughest one was like some of the Scandinavian shows, like Finland, or like Helsinki, Oslo, and Sweden. I actually had a guy message me after one of the shows. He was like, "Yo, man, great show, but I don't really get one of the bits." And so I actually I took the time and I explained it to him.
That's
And
a hilarious thing to message a comedian after.
Yeah.
Was, hey, can you help me understand this part of your show?
Yeah. And it felt genuine, so I just I bit and
Send him a
I just
Wikipedia link. American.
yeah, I just took the time to explain it, and he got it. He's like, oh, he's like, fuck, man, me and my girlfriend felt so stupid because everyone was like laughing around us and we were just kind of lost. And I said, no, the bit is massively American, so like it's kind of asking a lot from you, like all the way in fucking Sweden, to piece some of it together. I know like he got it, but I think when I gave him the full context, it was like it clicked, and he's like, oh, okay, right. But yeah, no, I think I actually think the only thing is like seeing the difference in like how people react to jokes. Like I feel like English crowds, I think like they take just a little bit more time to like loosen up. And then what I notice with English crowds is sometimes parts where I think they're gonna laugh, like they just start clapping.
Okay.
Like as if like that's like a like I take it like as like a politeness thing. Like they're like, ah, yes, that was funny, and they start clapping, versus being like, ah, ha, ha.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the American shit.
Quite.
Yeah, quite.
Understood. Yes.
Yes.
Understood.
Yes. But yeah, no, it's been good, honestly. I was very nervous though. I'll tell you, the most nervous I was fucking Ireland.
Why?
Irish motherfuckers are funny, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're all funny. Every person I encountered in Dublin just had like a witty, it starts here. I didn't talk about this, right?
No.
Okay, so I get to my hotel in Dublin, and our bellman, older gentleman, nice guy, like kind of like just big old smile. So we come downstairs and we're about to go out for dinner, and I said, hey man, what's Irish humor like? And he's like, Irish humor? I'll tell you about Irish humor. And then he does like a joke, like just back pocket, does a bit. I'm like, oh, man, that's funny. I'm like, all right, cool.
What was the joke?
I'm like, I don't remember, but here's why.
Okay.
So then I say, I'm like, all right, seems like maybe it's like there's a dark appetite. I'm like, do people care if you joke about the church and shit? Because I've heard about different things about whatever. And he's like, oh sure, you can. He's like, you could joke about the church. Then he does like, I'm not exaggerating. He does 3 jokes about like God and Jesus and someone else, like just offhand. I'm like,
Is this
okay.
you think it's his own shit?
No. Like there are definitely little like
He's so funny.
one-liners.
He was like, I got a tight 5 actually about the church.
Yeah, well, dude, that's how it felt. I feel like I could. Well, so here's the thing. So that was like my first taste, right? So then we go out for dinner, or whatever. The next day, I'm still like a little bit nervous because I'm like, man, it just feels like everyone here kind of has like a confidence about them, to like just they're confident people. So then we go eat breakfast, and I sit down, and the table's kind of off kilter, so I put my hands down on the table, and it like wobbles, and then there's like 2 bottles of like sauce, and they fall over. And then the guy working there, without skipping a fucking beat, he's like, geez, take out the door as well with you. Like some like he said, I think he said, geez, why don't you take the door out with you as well? Like, and it was just like, it was so unexpected and super funny. And the way it like came across is like, it was like he knew me as a person.
Yeah.
And so I laughed. And then that in the venue, I was like meeting the venue staff, and the sound guys are, they kind of like, they're just kind of funny. And then even one of the guys, like one of the promoters, I walk in the room, and he goes to shake my hand, and I was like eating, so I like closed my fist, and I was like, my hands are disgusting, man. Like, let me do that. And he goes, yeah, that's what I thought when I saw you. I said, that is a man with disgusting hands. And then, so then it's just all kind of getting in my head, like, fuck.
You're like, fuck, everyone here is a comedian.
Yeah. And then one of the sound guys told me that it's a bit. They're kind of like a stereotype about Irish people, where they'll go watch a show and they'll be like, the fucking show sucked, but we were good. He's like, we all think we're funny, and we all think like we're better than the person performing. So I like went in there, and I was just like, okay, I gotta fucking hunker down, and I'm like fully prepared for like a drunk ass crowd. The longer the show goes, the funnier than me they're gonna think they are. And it ended up being like a really great show. Like, I think definitely like one of the best, just because like just crazy energy and stuff. But
Did they heckle you?
they did, with like in a positive way. Like at points they were like definitely like being part of the show and like having fun with it. So it was good. And then I felt like all my fears were valid, because someone messaged me after the show, and they said, fair play to you, coming all the way to Ireland and getting Dubliners to laugh. I was like, oh fuck, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so yeah, the whole thing was
But I didn't understand that one part of your set.
dude, I didn't even fuck around with like mocking them like that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like, when it's like us two up there, it's fine, because like we can be like, back to the wall, the two of us,
Yeah.
pointing like the humor pistols at the room, and like it can be like a fun thing. But when I'm standing out there on my own, I'm like, hey, let me chill out. Yeah, dude. UK, man, it's been solid, dude. I went on a fucking, just like you, I went on a death spiral about AI.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah.
What?
I have a few thoughts.
Okay, what led you? What happened?
That's a good point. I had been seeing that presentation, the AI dilemma, come up a lot in my feed.
Okay.
Did you watch that one? I figured you had.
I don't think so.
It's presented by these 2 guys. They have a YouTube channel. I think it's called like the Center for Humane Technology. And I don't want to fuck their names up, but I'll just shout out their channel. They got like this great like kind of 1-hour presentation. I think they do a good job of kind of contextualizing little bits and things that we all think about when we hear AI. But I think they do a good job just of like packaging it all together. And basically they kind of highlight things like you've been saying, other people have been saying, and I feel like we've kind of been saying. But I think the context they put it in, just like the research they've done, the real world examples that they've kind of dug up, I think they do a good job of kind of actualizing what everyone's fears are in real time and giving real examples that signal to you as the viewer, oh, these are not sort of like sci-fi dystopian concepts, or these are not things that we're like waiting for to eventually happen. It's like they are happening right this second. And a big takeaway from their talk is like, what you don't realize is that the scariest thing is that the privatization of this stuff is creating this arms race, and
Yeah.
it's this arms race that cannot be stopped on its own. You know, they make the comparison to like nuclear bombs. They're like, when nukes kind of came about, like we formed like the UN, we formed these committees to kind of be a sort of champion for society, and that kind of put the pause and the brakes in like everyone worldwide developing nuclear missiles. Obviously, I'm sure there's a lot more layers to it than that, but you know, they're kind of saying like, this is a moment in history where as people we kind of need to do our due diligence and like play our part and think about how we manage the deployment of these things. Like the biggest example that they gave was like ChatGPT can do research grade like it can do chemistry at research grade level. So you could feasibly ask ChatGPT how to create nerve gas, and it could give you an effective way to create nerve gas. And the way they phrased it was, and that capability has been deployed to 100 million people just overnight. And the reason why that was scary is because it was like an emerging capability, meaning like every AI at some point develops a capability that no developer or researcher could have anticipated. So when ChatGPT was released, even the people who made it had no clue that in 3 months' time, it would be delivering research grade chemistry knowledge and, you know, information
I
to
think
100 million fucking people.
I think that's one of the scariest parts about the whole thing. Is that no one really truly understands how LLMs work.
Yes.
They just know that they do. So there
Yeah.
is no like, there's no real like way of knowing whether or not AGI could actually be achieved, because it's like we know what they're outputting.
Yeah.
But like, even the people making these things are like surprised by the results. So it's like you don't really
Yeah.
know what's going on in the inner. I mean, I don't know. That's what I've heard. I'm sure
Yeah.
you're an AI scientist, like you have a better understanding than the average person. But
Well, and it's like these dudes were pretty thorough about like they're not trying to fearmonger per se. They're just trying to present examples so that, you know, and who knows, maybe someone will respond to this and be like, those guys are funded by these people and it's clearly like these people trying to lobby for regulation. I don't know, man. You know, maybe someone who knows more about the subject than the both of us can chime in, but I think the super valid things that they were bringing up was like what you just described, and that specifically that researchers and people developing AI now are saying that it's becoming rapidly more and more difficult to even understand kind of like the AIs that they're creating, and then to track the what they describe as emerging capabilities, meaning like a more defined example is like there was an AI that was being developed to teach English, and you know, it's being trained, it can't do it well, it can't do it very well, and then suddenly it can do a Q&A completely, you know, kind of like in a strong way in Persian. That was not the intended result for the bot.
yeah, that's scary.
You know, right. And so they kind of get in these other concepts like this. The scariest one to me was AI developing a theory of mind, meaning like an AI being developed like to talk with you. In the last like 3 years, it's gone from like, or last 4 years, I think. It's gone from
To
not
talk in, like,
even
a sexual way or what?
no, like
Talk with you? That sounds cool. Like,
actually no 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 no
in
no
what
no
way?
no. Sorry, my programmer brain kicked in. Actually, yes. Yes. But dude, all right. So like 4 years ago or 4 or 5 years ago, it was like AI's theory of mind was not even like a baby. And now at present, the theory of mind is at the level of a 9-year-old, meaning like the way a 9-year-old understands that you have a brain and it understands how it needs to how it needs to present and speak in order to communicate with you.
Mhm.
That's the level AI is at now, but no one knew that apparently until like
Until
no like I
until the AI said some crazy shit on Fortnite.
yeah, basically it's fucking it started dropping
Until the
slurs and
AI
they're like,
started calling you
"Oh,
slurs on Fortnite, and they're like, "Wait, this sounds like
yeah.
kind of a like modern day 9-year-old."
Yo, this is a straight up 9-year-old, bro." No, it was like I guess it was like that capability has been there for like 3 months and they just found out now. So like they use that as an example to like one, articulate that they can't track with AI as fast as it's developing. But two, they kind of, connected that to like when you think about Snapchat integrating Chat GPT as a silent observer and it's always there for you to talk to and its theory of mind is potentially like a 9-year-old. They started talking about like how AI is now like their level of persuasion is going to be better than a human's because its theory of mind keeps developing, and as it keeps learning from itself and learning from others, its theory of mind is learning like, oh, this is how I need to talk and present to persuade or to communicate with a 20-year-old, a 25-year-old, a 30-year-old.
Yeah.
So
Although
um
I do kind of feel like I've seen some things about like how, everything was moving so fast, and it seemed like, I mean, this falls in line with what you're saying. Like, AI's advancing so rapidly and learning from itself, and it's snowballing, and everything feels like an exponential curve,
mhm.
when really it's actually a logarithmic curve, because it's kind of like in the past few months seems like it's like kind of tapered off a little bit in terms of like how
Mm.
smart the AI is. And maybe that's because
Sure.
they like said that they were pausing the training of GPT-5 or whatever.
Mhm.
Maybe that's why it seems like everything's kind of tapered off. But it does kind of seem like new products are being built around this, but like doesn't it seem like it almost slowed down in terms of it's like intelligence.
Yeah, they covered off on like maybe there's going to be like an AI winter that kind of happens in this process. So yeah, I mean, uh I think that, and again, like this is kind of like a side point. I think they were just more trying to highlight like the scariest part is that in the last 10 years, when you look at the graph in terms of like where AI is being developed, it used to be 100% academia. It was like colleges and it was research kind of, it's just like, can we get it to do this? And now it's like almost all entirely private, corporate.
And like it's scary because like even if we have regulation here, because there's multiple different companies like involved in this arms race, is Google,
Yeah.
Microsoft now, and
Mhm.
like even if we had regulation or the government step in and be like, hey, we need to slow the progress of this stuff, then China's going to do it. So we don't really have any.
Well, so yeah, so they kind of hit on that point too. Their argument is that China like echoes a lot of the research we do. So they think that by not publicizing and slowing this down and not making it this massive open source model, it doesn't give um it doesn't give as much insight into what's going on. And if there's like a regulating body that's like, yo, this thing you're developing is way too powerful, this cannot be an open source model, we can't even roll this out into the world, it may kind of even that out. Who knows if that's really how that could work. That maybe that's an optimistic worldview, but um yeah, they their whole thing was like, if we're going to be doing this, there should probably be a regulatory body, and it shouldn't just be that these things are just fucking rogue. You know, just got hundreds of thousands of people being like, this is how AI makes you money. And just
I know. Top
If
5
I-
bomb recipes from chat.
dude,
That's
they
size for sure.
if I could just even add one example that they brought that was so crazy to me. It was a security camera, and they were talking about how the security camera, if you paired that with like another camera that was just reading radio waves, I think they were saying based off Wi-Fi, you know, like the signals that are occurring in a room, you could, in theory, close the visual security camera, and this other like radio wave camera could just read the way radio waves are moving in the room, and you could create a stereoscopic image of like people in a room, because they were talking about how language learning models before AI used to be separate disciplines. So you had people learning about AI in music, people learning about AI in video. Now it's at the point where it's just language models and anything can be a language. So they're saying radio waves are just a language. So they're talking about like, you know, putting shit in a room that can just like read the radio waves, and it's like, oh, it knows how many people are in there, which is just, you know, who knows what the use case of that is, but it's like, it's fucking creepy.
Yeah, I know. Don't you remember that thing I told you about the study that I think Google did, where they like basically read someone's brainwaves and AI
Oh yeah
did a picture of their thoughts?
yeah
It's like, okay, so then it can read minds too. Good.
yeah
we're
yeah yeah.
AI is
And then
cool.
I
AI is
mean,
cool. I love AI. I love AI.
and so I like, dude, I bring
Oh,
all this up because someone was like, I remember someone saying, Cody needs to stop bringing up AI. It is not all that. And just like 2 weeks ago, you saw that the fucking it was like a president at, or a C-level at Wendy's, talking about how they're working with AI to replace
You're not-
their. No. This is for real. This is for real. No. I'm mature.
20 minutes of talking about AI to get to a Wendy's joke.
Wendy's nuts. That'd be so fucked, man. No. No, it was like they're talking about how they said that we're working on an AI to replace like
that.
order taking. And
Yeah.
you saw the comment he made. I was like, to be honest, it's probably better than some of our current staff. And it's like, damn. You know, they're already just kind of schmoozing the PR to be like, it's going to be a better experience for the customer.
It's because we've been hiring a lot of 8-year-olds
Yeah.
run our
Yeah, dude.
drive-thrus, and
Yeah.
the AI is now smarter than 9-year-olds, so it makes sense for us to.
Hey, man, we've all been through some drive-thrus where it definitely feels like a fucking 9-year-old is running that bitch, dude.
Yeah. Definitely.
And depending on what states you go through, the fucking labor laws guarantee that it's a 9-year-old working in that bitch, dude.
Exactly.
In Tennessee, man, legally they got a 9-year-old fucking, you know, throwing ketchup in the bag and all that. Wait, because you know we got to go, but oh, I went to the KSI fight. We got to talk about that in the fucking bonus.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. I've been thinking. Yeah, I have some comments about influencer boxing. I feel like.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Well, let me end on this. So, you know, I kind of go on like this AI death spiral. You know, I'm talking to Siva about it a little bit, you know, and I'm venting just my thoughts. And then he links me this video of like a dude who wrote an app for order taking. That scared the fuck out of me, man.
Why?
Because the guy was just like, let me get a cheeseburger, Coca-Cola. Like, he's just rapid fire, just giving, and assuming it's not like a pre-programmed sequence and it's not some like bullshit app, you know, which I don't think it would be. Yeah, it's this dude just like rapid fire, like giving an order, changing it, and it's just this is updating in real time, like just crazy fast. It just freaked me out.
Did you see the thing that somebody wrote? Somebody like built this little like device, like this little box that you wear on your finger, and it has a camera on it and like a Raspberry Pi, and it's running ChatGPT. So he gave ChatGPT eyes, because it like reads the landscape with the camera, and a microphone so you can talk to it.
Mm.
So it's reading the landscape. He's pointing it at things and talking to it, and it's reading the landscape and responding to him in English out loud.
Oh, nah.
And he
Nah, I
coded
gotta
the
see this.
entire thing with ChatGPT. Like ChatGPT coded it, wrote
I
itself.
gotta see this.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, there's a similar case. I was watching a video about this hacker.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
forget the
Right
guy's
there.
name, but he's like the number one. He's like considered like the number one most ethical hacker, and he presented this device that he created that's like an AI like network hacking device, and he just turns it on in any room, and it's just fucking chewing through like Wi-Fi like signal bands, just like literally eating up like handshakes and other shit. That's just AI like recursively like doing shit and like storing that data just in this little handheld device. You just put that shit in his pocket and walk through a massive network, and he's just gaining data.
That's fucking crazy.
Dude, I'm just looking at all this like, bro, we
What
have
does
got
Sito
to go.
think?
I mean, you know, like he's like inevitably, obviously they're gonna try to regulate, but it's like we're both like at what point? Like,
We should build an AI that tells us like how hard to press the button on the slot machine,
yeah,
how many times to walk around it. Like it reads juju, you know?
yeah.
We should have a juju reading AI that helps us win.
Wait till they start plugging your favorite OnlyFans creator into a slot machine, and she's just dancing up there. She's like, almost. One more spin, Cody. You might have it. Stupendous win.
Like this is all going back to you anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to Vegas Saturday, and I've just kind of this week I've just been kind of I've been trying to get mentally prepared
Mm-hmm.
how much I'm gonna win on horses.
To be $19,500 down.
I've been reading a lot about like what you do when you hit a big jackpot, how to stay humble.
Of course.
You know, so I've been kind of like mentally preparing for that. So I'm just kind of that's what this week is for. I kind of set it aside as a sort of integration period, but you know, a precursor to winning a lot of like a life-changing amount of money.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. That's all I've been doing this week.
Well, yeah, let's get into it in the bonus, man. Because
And we'll tell the story of the egg in the bonus because I don't think we ever actually told the story.
we never divulged, so
Okay.
we can finally divulge.
And we
All right,
were
guys.
one more thing. I forget.
Oh yeah, the KSI fight influencer.
Oh
boxing.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, join us in the bonus if you want to hear our comments on that.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the bonus. We wanted to give another huge thanks to the McDonald's app for sponsoring this episode. Try it to earn rewards and free food.
Yeah, you can earn free food with the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. So just make sure you earn free food with the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's.
Remember, again, you can earn free food with the McDonald's app at participating McDonald's.
Thanks.
This week on the BoneZone.
Tina, why the fuck are you laughing? Tina, you're fucking fired. Not joking. It's municipal, all right? Can we tell the egg story?
I see. That's the stuff I'm scared to divulge. Be cool. Don't get us in trouble.
Why did you?
Did anyone brief you on who we somehow made a career out of, like screaming walnut salad?
Watch the full episode by signing up for a membership at tmgstudios.tv.